Okay, so Thanksgiving weekend, not my most productive weekend. Honestly, I think I got maybe 2 hours of work done since Thursday. Yikes, that's pretty bad. Friday was hectic. Thanksgiving, I tried to get, I think I got a little work done on Thanksgiving. I came over to my computer and messed with some images and watched a couple of videos on Saturday. Did almost nothing on Friday. Sunday, don't know what I did. I think I started to try to kind of do stuff, but I was trying to get other things done throughout the day. So, needless to say, it was a less than stellar progress this weekend. So, now I got to get back to it. Currently, still working the same issues. Well, same task. Let's not call it an issue yet, because it's not. Yes, it doesn't work, but that doesn't mean it's an issue. It just means I haven't fully fleshed it out yet. So, current current effort is that I need to get my playbook and game plans loading and editable. And as of the moment, they are not. So I got to add in some code to make them fully accessible. So what I did do is I added support on the back end to return all of the game plans. Okay, so each user's game plan or visible game plan. Oh, wait, I do this again. Each user's visible game plan is 3 game plans, technically. And the user will be able to edit only the user's part of that game plan. But they can basically override all of the other game plans. But by default, those game plans have their own thing in them. So that's kind of like if the user doesn't do anything, that's the game plan combo they'll have if they make no changes to the game plan system. And I have to make it support that, obviously, because I am not there yet. And I do have it set up where it expires my token periodically, so that means I have okay, so now this is this is the okay, so I know what this is. I'm just my brain is like going, do I need to do that? Yes, I need to do that. So what I need to figure out, okay, so this is what's going on. This is my game plan. This is the user team that gets created when you create your user. But when I click on this, stuff is supposed to load. It did not. Hello, where's my teams? Hello, should not be empty. What happened? It was there last week. I promise it was doing it. So did something not load on the back end? Let's go see my console. It's probably showing errors. No teams. Oh, did something not load? I did. Let's see. We got game plan, playbook, streamer, user account, simulator, coach, playbook, players lead, player skills. Nothing failed. They're all running. So note this. This is weird. And I don't even know if it makes that big of a difference, but so this is something, it's based on a title thing. I have a special search in my text that when these load, it goes, hey, if that's there, then go ahead and just be done, right? So you see check mark, check mark, check mark, all these, but then you see these 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. their final logs do not match what these other ones check because they're looking at the log entries and it goes, oh, if this log says this, then just be done. And then these ones are saying, we have these extra log entries or different log entries, and they're going, well, we don't match, so it looks like we're constantly running. Ultimately, they're all running. It's just being weird. So that's why you see some of these shows running. I need to fix it. It's minor logging. I mean, I'm not terribly worried. It's just I haven't decided too. I mean, I wonder how these are going to work when I go to production or test. Huh. Anyway, we'll get to that. That's something I'll have to work on when I finally get the demo looking pretty sharp, and then I'll be spending the next couple of weeks trying to get it all deployable and ready to be ready in the world. Okay. What happened? All right. So air getting teams, RPC air code, transport air dialing, blah, 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 blah. So something's wrong with my team. Oh, it did not load team. Well, that's the problem. I thought I had them all. It did not load team. Didn't even try. Which would explain a lot. That would be why things aren't loading, because it needs that stuff. Work. So we got teams there. And it's not it. That's definitely not it. It's the tasks. Where's the task? Fuse code. Tasks. Aha! There it is. I did not add it. Let's go here. Dang it. Jeez. What's the deal with my fingers, man? They're typing all over the place. And I have to go all the way down here. Sure, it's the same as all these other guys. Apparently, admin. All right, let's copy player skills. Is that it? Okay, now I can start my teams up and just be caught up. I think that should fix that. All right, so that will be why things weren't loading. Already doing this. All right. CD, Wait, what? Wait, what? FTZF /teams. Huh? Is it complaining that I used complaining that I used... I guess it's complaining that I used the capital. I don't know, because it's not capital there. Okay. That's dumb. I hate that kind of case sensitivity. Ugh, case sensitivity. Slap it upside the head. All right, let's go back. It worked. CD, FTZF, MS Go, MS Go, / gateway. Right. Now we're up and running. Let's see if this thing will load correctly. No. Nope, because of course it can't run because I have to stop everything because services aren't there. I need to give things a way to recover. Like build in a, if you get an error, then it should try again. But somehow it's like once it fails, it doesn't, it's like, the thing is it expects it to be in memory. So once it fails, it doesn't want to try again because it just expects it in memory. But when it fails, it really should. See, there it is. Everything's loaded. Yay. All right, so we got that going. And okay. So now let's all right, let's see what this does. I don't think this is going to work right, but we're going to find out. So nothing loaded, so that's something. I mean, it's something for me to be aware of. I have nothing. I should have the game plan. Let's go back here. Let's see if it changed for the this one, and then we'll go. Oh wait, was that the right one? Nope, it's the wrong one. I'm pretty sure that's the wrong one. Yeah, it should be. Assuming it's not broken. Yeah, this is the one I want. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so it's not loading correctly. Yay! Oh goody. Oh, and the checkbox doesn't work. That's nice. It flickers, but doesn't actually do anything. I can't say I expected all this stuff to work right away because I'm just now getting everything plugged in. So let's see, what did I do? System default, system-wide default covering all scenarios, team-specific defaults, play calling identity, updated game plan, pro definition, counter management created. Okay, let's go see what my counters are. Oh, the one thing I haven't changed is my database, so that's not great, but leagues, teams. Oh, there is no game plan here. Okay. Let's see. Teams, blah, 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 blah. Created at blah, blah. Team does not yet have an associated game plan. Calling game plan service with game plan ID, blah. Okay, so we don't have a game plan ID yet because this team doesn't have one. When any game plan doesn't exist, the system automatically creates it with empty game situations array, empty description, proper game plan type identification, update, get gameplay, response. Reason response clearly identifies game plan level through game plan type field. This allows UI game plan editor to show users which items are defaults. Reference the game plan type field, system, team, user. Allows the UI game plan editor to show users which teams are default, which items are defaults. Game plan editor identify which game plan is editable and display the hierarchy of game plan precedence. Right, game plan by user ID is called with a user ID. Call game plan service with game plan. Team successfully retrieves verified for user account. User team for user ID. The team response teams. Blah blah blah. Team does not have an associated game plan. Calling game plan service with game plan ID. Oh, so it's calling user team for user ID user 6. When get game plan by user ID is called. So am I calling get game plan by user ID? I don't know. What function is this? Hello? Well, obviously somewhere has it. Must be in the gateway, right? Because that's the gateway function. Gateway. Calling game plan service. Game plan. Okay, so it should be in the game plan. Go. Turn around. Get game plan by user ID handler. Oh, I wonder which one I'm calling it by. How come there's two? I have get game plan, which is user ID game plan, and then I have get game plan, which is game plan's user ID. AI. Get game plan handler. Create or update game plan handler. Get game plan by user ID. So which one am I calling? Calling game plan service with game plan ID. Oh, that's it. That's it. I'm calling the one it's not expecting me to call. And what do I pass to this? The request on this is header, body, get body, content. Well, that's a lot of comments on that. What the heck? Service. Game plan service client. Leagues client. Get game plan handler. User team for user ID. What are we doing? Pretty sure I'm calling this one, which is the wrong one. Well, it's not the wrong one, it's the one everything expected to function. But I'm trying to decide if I want what I want to use. Now this is the one that's supposedly get game plan client, get game plan service client, request. Just a request. Game plan client. this is the one, state user ID unknown fields. Get game plan by user ID request. So this is only by user ID, and then this one is by game plan ID. You know what? Yeah, I think I want this one. Because I want to get the game plans by the user. And it seems this one is just going by game plan ID, which would be problematic. Because really when we display, we got to display a set of game plans, and that's everything associated to the user. But I wonder if it'd be better to associate it to the team. No? Teams have users assigned, but if I go by the team, the game plans can be associated to a team, but not the other way around. So I don't believe my game plans because game plans, you can have the same game plan associated to a team multiple times. Well, no, I mean, you can have the same game plan associated to multiple teams, or one to one. But you can do one to many or one to one. See, I'm thinking I should be passing the team ID, and then it gets the game plan, not by the user, because the user would be a mislead. Because the user, I would have to also provide things like I have to provide the team. And ultimately, you're getting it by team, not by user. Yeah. Yep. And so when I'm over here, so this is actually also wrong. Game plan. This is by user, this one's by game plan. And neither one of those is right. This one is by user. And I think I need to go by team. What team is this? And yeah, I think I need to change this. Okay, so game plans, will they always be fetched by team? No, they will not always be fetched by team. Because I want to have the ability to assign the same game plan to multiple Decisions. Okay, so yeah, I think I want to have, we have to be able to get it by game plan ID. All right, so the game plan ID one I think is functional, but I think we need to change this one. Because game plans are edited for the users active team, and game plans are edited for the user's active team and not for the user directly. They may eventually have multiple game plans that can be swapped out. User's active team and not. This function should be changed to team ID and the corresponding and the functionality or it needs to be updated. Fetch. Now this one this function needs to be updated to return and updated income results that returns the same thing as the game plan by user ID handler. Get game plan. But instead of the user game plan assigned to the team, but instead the user game plan returned should instead be the one passing request. Right. This function, get game plan and handler, needs to be updated, return an updated game plan result that returns the same thing as the get game plan by user ID handler, but instead of the user game plan assigned to the team, in the user game plan assigned to the team, the user game plan returner should instead be the one passed in the request. This would result in a combination saves the game plan. You know what? I think I'm just going to save it right away. I want things to be saved automatically. You know, I might even want to change the name of that. Yeah, maybe I'll change it. This function needs to be updated to new name, swap user game plan handler. It will then update the game plan ID of the team ID provided of the team ID provided with the game ID provided. And return, then call the get game plan by team ID function and return the new combined and the result of default plus team plus new game plan provided with the game plan ID your team ID provided with the game plan ID provided. Then return, then call the get game plan by team ID function and return the new result of default plus team plus new game plan. All right, so we're updating the team ID, get game plan by team ID, and the functionality for it needs to be updated to fetch based on that information. Then 2, this function get game plan handler needs to be updated to new name swap user game plan, because we're changing it from a get to a swap, which is still getting, but it's swapping. I'm swapping because because the game plan already has to exist. So I'm not creating a new game plan, except that I'm using a different user game plan in. So basically they're creating a new combination game plan, but it's still the same. It's an existing user game plan, because users can only have one game plan per team, but they get a new game plan option New game, they can have multiple game plans if they have multiple teams, essentially. That's what it comes down to. Provide with the game plan ID provided. Then call so the new swap user game plan function will require the team ID plus the new game plan ID. Perfect. 3. We will also need a new function that can be called from the front end, thus needing a gateway API call to be added to the game plans service. Get user game plans. No, get user game plans. Yeah. This function will return a list of all the game plans with user ID equal to user ID equal to the provided user ID. Along with the, what do they call it? What do I have in there? I think it's description and name. Along with the description and name of the list of all the game plans with user ID along with the game plan ID, description, and name of game plan. Add to the game plan data.cs the required function calls in the FTZF UI Unity. You know, I probably should not have put dashes or hyphens in here because I'm going to regret it. I hate dashes and hyphens, and I went and added them. Or did I get smart? Oh, I did get smart. Take it out. Oh, good. Phew. In the FTZ UI Unity project. And the FTZF and the what is this one called? FTZF source apps data. Oh, okay. Game plan data.js and the FTZ web projects data game plan data.js. Okay. That's major. That's a big thing. It's not major. I'm just adding new functionality. Okay, so what that's going to do, or should do, once it's all functional, is it's going to return a better list here, and it'll give me the option to add a combo box or a drop-down box that allows me to select other game plans that this user has on other teams that they own. So if they have 3 teams, you can put the same game plan on all 3 teams. Maybe you've optimized one and you're just like, well, or you just bought another team and you don't want to go create its own game plan. You can go over to that team and just say, okay, well, we'll just select, we'll select the game plan I already have. Or maybe you have, once you have 3 teams, you may have 3 options and you want to try different things out with different teams, and you build up 3 game plans. One's meant for a running game plan, and one's a passing game plan, one's a balanced game plan. Once you have more teams, you have the option of creating more. It's kind of like a boon to adding a team. So you get, each time you buy a team, you'll be able to get an extra game plan in there as well. You can have each one of them have their own game plan, and it'll just continue to use the one assigned to it, but you have that option. Okay, I do have a couple of things I need to I'll need to tweak, because ultimately this called the wrong game plan. So let's go in here. I think it was calling the wrong function, and I need to call it. And the thing is, it doesn't work that way. I can't call by user ID. So that's going to be a problem. That's part of my update, is I need to call by the team. So I basically am going to get it by the team, get game plans by the team, or by the user ID. There's three new functions. I got to update the function I have to get by team. Then I need to get ones by game plan so that I can get the list of all the game plan IDs, or get the new game plan and assign it. So that's the swap game plan. So here's the game plan, here's the team, swap these game plans out, and then give me a new result. And then there's the third one, which is by user ID, which is going to get all the game plans that user has assigned to them. So that allows me to do the swap. So I have game plans to swap too. But unfortunately, that also means that my current setup does not support the current functionality, or the planned functionality. All right, so I have get user ID. So what I'm going to have to do is I have get game plan, which I'm not using this one yet. I will, but I don't. Delete game plan, create or update game plan. So I won't need. So when I create, or that's weird, create or update, include the file path, send posted create ID. This function doesn't do much. Oh, so I must pass, I'm passing in the game plan. This is on the assumption that the game plan is, yeah, we're not doing it that way. So that's going to have to be updated too. Get game plan is here, and I got user ID game plan, which is currently, it's this one. So I got get game plan as the old one, which doesn't work because I was calling the wrong thing. I don't want to use this. I'll have to use this one, which is actually going to be get game plan. See, I don't even like the way this is called. I need to change the way these are called, or at least create some consistency out of it, because you'll know when I'm up here, I have user ID game plan. So this is calling by user ID, and then I got game plans. Oh, all right. Get all users custom game plans. Game plans, user ID. Game plans, team ID. Okay, so this is getting it by the team. This is getting the full function of all of the users' game plans. And this is swap. Okay. We're doing things kind of weird here. which is kind of throwing me off. I don't know. I feel like there's some inconsistency here. Okay, so there's two ways to make calls, all right, pass parameters. One, you can create a request header, right? But you can also create it in HTML. So that's what's happening here. So I'm calling this API using this and this. But this one is not using that, and it's just providing a header that's going to be the request, which is weird. Assign a game plan to a team. Swap assign a game. And then this one, creator update, is fine. That's new. Or that's not new. That's got to get updated. And then I have legacy route for backward compatibility, which I don't want backward compatibility because that's stupid. What is backward compatibility? The not working version? I don't want that. That's not a thing. So for consistency, though, we got get them by team, and then we have get all users custom game plans, which is fine. That's the two user by user ID. Swap, which should have a request. So I don't know. I don't need this. Create update. Okay, so this is get game plan handler. So I can probably comment this one out. Let's get rid of this. I don't need this. And this one can go away as well. Hey Karama, dude, you just gonna catch me at the end of my morning stream. Sorry, man. I have to go dash, blah, and I'm scheduled to leave in about 5 minutes, but I gotta go. I'm trying to start earlier so I can get done earlier and try to do more work this afternoon. So what that means is I'll probably be gone until 1:30. And then 1:30 my time. It's 10:30 my time right now. So that's another 3 hours. Yeah. So I'm gonna try to go work for 3 hours. Try to make a little bit more money. Trying to do something with this dang DoorDash. I would love to start doing something like get a gig job. You know, do something programmy or where I get paid for real. But only for a few days, a few weeks, something small, so that I can just get a little extra income in and not have to DoorDash. Because I'd gladly give up a few days a week if it meant it would screw up my. I'd rather a few hours a day for a week, because I don't like having to give up days completely. But if I could do like 4 hours a day for a week, you know, part time for a couple of weeks, anything, that would be perfect. That would be perfect. And gladly do some work for people that way. But haven't found that yet. Indeed has stuff like that supposedly, but I haven't been successful in obtaining any of that. And I am not. I don't know the what is it, Fiverr, where you can do gig work? Hasn't worked for me. I tried that. It's not a thing that's worked. I'm gonna see what's the game plan. Swap. Get user. Swap. Okay, so here we got swap. And then this is the request. Swap user game plan. See, it does. It has team ID, game plan. Oh, it's probably because it requires two parts. I guess the advantage is that I don't have to do this. I mean, you kind of still do, though. Get user game plans. It's still just pulling it. The difference is this is pulling it from the request body, and this is pulling it from the API call. It's two ways to do it. I guess if you only have a single value, pulling it from the API call is better than it's simpler. What I mean by that is, okay, so you can create these API calls that just says team and then the team ID, right? So I make this API call back to the system, and it pulls it, it passes it in as part of the API stream. So I don't have to do like a request body. And then here, same thing, I'm using user. But then here I'm doing a swap, but I'm not doing a singular value. I mean, you could do something like team ID / user ID or whatever if you need multiple parts. It's just a little, I want to say funky. But yeah, I don't know. See, this is also kind of strange. I mean, this is a good, it works, and I'll probably use it, but it's probably going to get rid of the create. It's probably just going to be update game plan, because I'm going to have it auto create my game plans when I call them. Let's see how we doing here. Oh, we're done. We're done with the new stuff, or so it says. So, and this is the new stuff it put in here. So if I go over to game plan now, I should have some functions that that line up with that. One of the things I don't like, I will say this about Claude Code. Claude Code does not give you any kind of reference back to your changes. I mean, I guess these are the API calls examples, which are fine. Let's see, before, game plans are fetched by user ID, no way to swap game plans, no way to list available game plans. After, game plans are fetched by team ID, since users can have multiple teams. Teams have an assigned game plan ID. Users can create multiple game plans. Okay, so that should all work, because every team does have a team ID. So we go here, and like this is, even these teams have a game plan ID. They will. They don't yet, but they will. But a user's teams, which are down here in the higher numbers. All right, so we got like this. They too will have a game plan ID, but they all have game plan ID. And then they also, these ones have associated source team ID, which have their own game plan IDs. And then we also get the default. Now, I have not created a way to edit default team plans. I say, every time you see me do that, where I'm like, and I get quiet, that's my brain. That's my brain taking over my my facial functions, shutting down my mouth and my other brain, my facial appearances, while it tries to solve a problem. Ding, 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 ding. Takes over. Takes over. All right, 10:30. All right, so well, how long have I been here? 53 minutes. I'm going to try to stay for 7 more minutes, but what I do have to do is find my phone. Hello? Phone? Can't start my phone. Be right back. All right, found my phone. I know that seemed like a long detour. Ta-da! All right, so I've started my scheduled dash. So what I usually do when I do that is I try to make sure I'm ready to go, and I keep working until something comes in, because it just makes me available. Something good, something that pays me for going all the distance that I have to go. I don't accept every dash, but lately they've been doing pretty good. So that's like 9. I don't know, 9 or 10 bucks, hopefully. I like it when they give me double-digit ones that are like double-digit dollars for single-digit miles. Those are the best. Except for when it's like 9.9 miles and $10. But the bigger that gap, the better. Let's go ahead and do this, and this, and this. Okay. $10 to 20 minutes, it says, estimated between calls, between orders. So that's not great. So I might have a few minutes of work here I can do. Let's see what I can get accomplished before I have to leave in almost no time. We'll see if anything comes up. It's a little early to start, but I like to be ready. And then if I get out like by 11, that's good, because then I get a good solid 2.5. 11 to 1 are the best times usually. After that, things can drop off. All right, so that means I have to close my game plan, I think, here. Oh, Control C. We'll just close that off. Go over here. /game plan clear dot. See if it built it good. It did. And we also have to shut down the gateway. And I should probably do my usual make gen on the proto. I assume it must have done some stuff to update the proto too. It probably already did this, but I like to do it myself. Alright, so I should have rebuilt all of that stuff. We got API for game plan. Okay, so let's go back over here and close and open, and nothing happened. Okay, so that's probably fine. I know this button doesn't work. Nothing works yet. So now we need to plug this in. Somehow, some way, it's not fully loading anymore. Oh, it's still got to rebuild the domain. What the heck? Oh, let's stop this. I don't know that well, you know, I guess it did change some code. Yeah, probably did. So I don't know that you can do hot swap or hot updates. I'm excited about trying to build this dynamically. I think that'll be cool if I can successfully accomplish that. Build this as an actual 3D Unity view. I think it'll be cool. I don't know if it's great. I mean, images are kind of sort of okay if all you're going to do is flag them like the program does. But I just think it would just look better to have an actual image, actual world. I don't know. Instead of pictures and putting buttons or pastes on pictures. I don't know. I feel like that's cooler. Is it heavier load? Maybe. I mean, Watcher of Realms does it. I like it. I think, yeah, because they have all their little characters do stuff, move around. They have stuff happening. It's a 3D image. It's really kind of slick. All right, so let's start with this guy. Let's see what it loads up. Okay, so it loads nothing, and nothing works. Okay, which is fine because I think it's calling the wrong thing, and I didn't tell it to update, so that's really not the problem. I need to update this. Okay, see, it doesn't like my this, and that's probably because it doesn't actually exist anymore. This is the API handler. So this is game plan data. What I need to do is make it call. What do I have here? I'm surprised it even. Well, I guess it would compile because I still have the code there. Get user game plans, which is fine, but I don't need that one yet. Swap, don't need that one yet. Not there yet. But get game plan, and well, I don't need that one yet either. That one's. Delete, and those. Those probably shouldn't be here. I don't like my models in my data. I usually put them in my model thing down here, which I could easily move them, and that probably wouldn't even matter. But. All right, get game plan. It's endpoint, user ID game plan, and that's by game plan, so that's not even going to work. What else we have? Swap, get user game plans. That's not going to work. Get game plan by team ID. This is the one I want. So let's take this, and wherever I'm calling this nonsense, we will go find in the project. Yes. Current project. All right, so we got game plan and game plan service.cs. All right, so something's trying to call this, and that's not right because none of these are calling. None of these are calls to the game plan. Oh, the game plan service is call. Oh, get game plan. Oh, game plan data was null during get game plan async. Oh. All right, maybe it does call that. Get game plan. All right, that works. All right, we'll do this. And this should be, oops. And this should be team ID. And this should be team ID. And when I say get game plan for here, it doesn't have to be specific. I mean, it's going to be all of them, but it's going to be the combined total of all of them, which is fine. I just need to, where's this guy called? It might actually be in the current file. Nope, guess not. to drop what I'm doing when I'm done here. All right. Debug, async. This guy, current user ID. Is that the only thing I need this for? Oh, it's used in a few places. Game plan data loaded for user with. Okay. But do I have, does this have team ID as an option? Game plan, default, special teams button. I feel like I should have. I think it's in the user session. Let's see. Private string active user team. It should be active user team. That implies it's the user, huh? Let's go here. Let's go user active team. There we go. That's better. Oops. Or even just active team ID. Really, I guess I don't really need. Yeah, let's just go active. Duh, because it's always it's always the user. Duh. I don't need. It's like there's current user ID. Well, isn't it always the user ID? But current just allows you to differentiate from when you're passing it in as a user ID object. But the active team ID is what we have here. Okay, so I need to set this though. So we got to go down here and figure out thing is I don't remember how I set up the session. It's in the session ID or in the user session. Let's see here. The way we fetch gameplans has been updated. Can you update the game plan UI manager manager.cs to set the active team ID. I probably should save this because it probably can't see unsaved work. Variable. In the awake method from the with the same active team ID loaded at start. Oh, you're a doodle head, man. Always look. So Bezzy's got this problem. Bezzy's got this problem. I changed my project to, it's not FPFM anymore. I wanted to make it more standardized. So I bring it up to date. So all of my functions and methods all of my code references the name the same. Instead of FPFM and PFFM and FTZF, I decided, all right, bring everything up to current. So I renamed everything. I got everything is now some form of what the actual game name is going to be, and that's fantasy football, right? But Bezzy refuses to acknowledge that I've done that. So I have to do this every time I load Bezzy now. It doesn't remember, it refuses to remember this. I put it in here, it's in the list, it's both. I've tried to close down, try to be nice about how I close Bezzy. It doesn't save it. It refuses to save it. It won't get rid of this FPFM. I have no way to get rid of that. What's weird is it has these buttons that imply. Oh, well, let's try removing that. Shouldn't matter. Okay, so we're on this. So now I only have this. Maybe that's it. Maybe I can't have multiple in the list. Maybe that's what the problem is. It doesn't like me having multiple items in the list. Maybe. I don't know. I can't be sure what the cause is. Maybe now it'll stop trying to ignore my current one. I don't know. But we'll see. But in the man, let's start this up. Bezzy's, they're adding features, making it better, improving it here and there. But yeah, it's not perfect yet. It's only been around for X months, I think a year? I don't know how long it's been around. Probably less than a year. And so it's a great app for what it is. And to be honest, I have used Unity's own built-in AI, and I'm sure they're improving theirs too, but I still like Bezzy better. So at least for the moment, Bezzy still got me, even with Unity's own built-in AI. You would think Unity's own built-in AI could do more and be better, but it's been iffy at best. All right, so yeah, I should now have the right stuff in here. Right stuff. All right, so we are in the game plan UI session manager. There it is, active team ID. So now, when I go in and find this guy, this should be active team ID. And put that here. It's really not. I should probably for team. Let's go like this. Team with current user game plan game situation. That's fine. And no game plan found for. Honestly, you should never have a blank, ever, because you should always have the default. All right, so that's okay. So that should be all right. Should be enough to at least go with that. I don't know that it's going to work right now because, for one, it has to compile. Two, I don't know how good. Oh, yeah, we're not good. Yep. It's like, nope, you broke it. I don't know why code coverage always takes over my screen. Eventually, I gotta run this code coverage and run through everything I can think of on the app, and make sure that I'm hitting all the functionality of my code. And if not, I got some cleanup to do because I want all my code to have a trigger. See, it keeps taking over here. Whatever. All right, let's see what we got here. Still nothing. Let's go see what the console says. All right, so we got users, team 076, game plan. Nope. It's still calling the wrong thing, though. I think. So the API is not users. Oh, is it calling the wrong? Because that should be API game plan. Not API users. Why is it doing that? Pretty sure it's going through game plan though, right? Base endpoint. What's my base endpoint? Base endpoint. Okay, user account. Aha, that's the wrong base endpoint. That's not going to work. That's supposed to be get. I think it's get game plan, right? Get game plan URL. And if I go here, go to definition. Game plan endpoint should just be game plan. Game plan endpoint. Game plans. I'm thinking I should have AI sort this for me. I don't want to sort it myself, but like have it reorder all these in an alphabetical order, just so that I could easily find them, because this is annoying. Because then I just have to look for it, and if I add any more, it's getting harder to find stuff. Okay, so it is game plans. Okay, so that should change it to API game plans. And it says API users, which is API users. Okay, so API game plans, and then game plans will be the team. Is that what it wants? Let's go make sure. Let's go look at my gameplan.go, and it should be game plans. And then the team with the team ID. So right now it's going game plans team. So I need to pass in this piece. I need to pass in team along with that, because right now it does not do that. Get. Base URL. Get game plan URL. And sometimes I call it by different things. So it's game plan. So I'm going to have an extension here, which means, ooh, do I have that all here? I think just the child. Yeah, the host location is going to have to call it the way it's supposed to be called. Get game plans by team ID. All right, so it's not team. Get game plans by team ID. Base endpoint. Oh, whoa, how did I end up here? Because this one looks like I want it. It should be base endpoint. Which is game plans. What does this guy look like again? Game plans, and then it should just be team. Team ID. So I don't think I'm getting here. All right, so I'm gonna have to break here. I'll have to do some troubleshooting later. I don't think I'm actually hitting this. I think I'm making a detour through something else. I think I'm not actually arriving where I think I'm going. I think it's going through this game plan, which is still the broken one. This is the legacy method. I think that's the problem. I thought I was going to the right one, but I perhaps am not. So yeah, I need to tweak some things. I will be back because I will be working hard away to get my rhythm going again after a slow weekend of not too much programming. I gotta get this going. Get the game plans loaded. Then once they're loaded, I gotta get them editing. And once they're editing, I gotta edit them. Make them all work. Then I have to go do the playbook. Doing the same thing. I get some plays, some playbook stuff. Get all that working. And then I have game plans with playbook. And then I can start working on a sim because I'll have all the parts needed to run the sim. But then that also requires me to get the coach working because the coach is going to have to read all that stuff. And then, yeah, but it'll be fun because that'll be the kind of the stuff it'll be selecting stuff and then I'll be displaying stuff and putting it on screen. And that's when I'm fiddling with the UI, actually doing cool stuff while it simulates. And eventually, you know, it won't be me click, do something, click, do something, click, 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 click. It'll be eventually me start, go. Game just runs because you've done all the work and now it's running a game. Eventually. But